Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I know since we started this channel, we had our disagreements on who's the better wrestler between Brock and Roman Reigns, and obviously it's going to be Brock. So, me, Daniel,
Brock's
and
so
Bear,
relevant you
shut
couldn't
the
even say
fuck
his
up!
last
Shut
name.
the fuck up!
Brock's
We'll
so
talk to you.
relevant you couldn't
Shut
even
your
say
whole
his last
mouth,
name.
Roman loser. But anywho, we decided to make this series along with Berman on who is
Forkly.
better. Shut the fuck up. But anyways, the first episode, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, you know why he said Roman Waynes? Because he's a walking W.
No, because he's a walking fucking L.
Oh my god.
Well,
So
remember always, it's like Chris is always the salty one in anything.
I'm there to be sweaty.
Yes, I try to be reasonable, unlike my co-host named Chris.
I will never be reasonable. Never.
I'm just biased. I'm just the biased one most of the time.
All right,
All
Brandon.
right,
So
fair
I
enough.
I guess
So
let's do it.
let's dive into the first topic. The first topic is the entrance and the theme. So when a wrestler comes out, it immediately gives you the vibe of what they are like within their entrance and their theme. So Roman's theme is called the head of the table. Brock Lesnar's theme is called the next big thing. Now, Roman Reigns' theme kind of sounds like a little Thanos final boss vibes kind of song. But then when you go over to Brock Lesnar, once you hear the little in the beginning, it's like, oh no, people are about to die. And that's the thing I love about the next big thing. And even though I am backing Roman Reigns here, the next big thing is such a great theme song. You really just cannot say anything else about that.
I'm sorry, dude, but like head of the table, when I hear that theme, it just puts me to sleep. Like this man does
Puts you
not
to
he
sleep.
does not intimidate me whatsoever. But when I hear the next big thing and I see Brock Lesnar hitting the floss in the middle of the WWE fucking stage,
The
I'm
floss.
ready to go.
And you're trying to
The
say the
floss.
dude who's doing the floss is the better of the two. Okay.
Yes.
So
I'm sorry, the
All
next
right.
big thing. Go for it, Berman.
so I will actually let Berman vote. Yeah. What's your vote?
Well, I'm gonna say this is my opinion. So for the head of table, I love the sound of it. It's kind of more to me. I kind of sound gospel to me. It sounds more like a religious song. And for the next big thing, it kind of sounds more aggressive. It sounds like a beast is walking in to the territory, like a lion into the den. I feel like, but in my opinion, I really do more like the next big thing. In my opinion,
Damn. Yes. And even though I am the defendant for Roman, I as well will be giving this point to Brock Lesnar.
All right, end of the
Roman
podcast.
0.
I win. I win.
No, we are not done. We are not done. But Roman 0, Brock 1.
Let's go.
Now, next category. The next category is the finisher. So, each of these guys have a regular finisher. Roman has the spear. Brock has the F5. But they also got their submission finishers. Roman Reigns got the Guillotine Choke, which basically takes all the air out of your opponent. But then, when you go to Brock Lesnar's Kimura lock, he is breaking your arm off. So, which out of the two has the better finisher?
Berman, you go ahead first. Go for it, man.
all right. So first, I'm gonna say right now, I'm gonna go for the strikes. So spear and F5. I am a big fan of spears. Anyone who does spear is my big person. Don't be wrong. Don't I hate was it Braun Breaker? He's a good spear. He has a really good spear,
Yeah.
but Roman Reigns has a really mean ass spear. You think about it, and he has a really good impact. And he can do spears from different angles. He can go off the ropes. He can go from the corner. He can do it from midair if he wanted to. He can go through a barricade. So he's very versatile. And I love seeing a spear impact someone. It's brutal. It's like a Goldberg. So yeah, it's a Goldberg spear pretty much. I love seeing that. Now
All
going
right, so that's
to
fair. Roman indeed does have a very good spear. I
And
must admit
yeah,
that as
I will
well.
give you that, Berman, because I buy those spears definitely from Roman Reigns all the
yeah.
time.
And now I'm going to turn into the F5. F5, I do love seeing it. When you used to do F5, is kind of look like an F10, which if you've seen from like the wrestling game, it looks like it's just like a rag doll. It just flows in like a rag doll. And now he uses like the F5, which is a beautiful slam. Which when you watch the Undertaker match, was to me, I loved watching that match. That was the best showing of a F5 look, and it looked like it devastated. It looks like it looks actually like a tornado hit someone, and it's a great move to see and hear the impact of it.
Yeah.
And so now it's turned back into Roman Reigns to go into submissions. Guillotine choke. I am a big fan. I love any submissions. I'm a big fan of any submissions. My favorite, and actually in all wrestling, is more or less the Dragon Sleeper. But second is usually the guillotine. And I love seeing people go to sleep. Sometimes, depending on the guillotine and someone doing it, they can do well. Roman Reigns does it. It looks more like he's strangling someone with his biceps. Like it can so believable seeing this like getting choked out by gigantic arms. Don't be wrong, it will make you go to sleep. But the next one I'm going to go over is I think the better of the finishers. Kimura lock, that will break someone's arm, and I think that's completely, 100% one of the best to see. And you can probably Roman Reigns just experienced that in WrestleMania. He got his arm broken, pretty much, or like dislocated.
Yes. And even from a like realistic point of view, I have to admit an F5 is a lot more devastating than a spear, even if you are Goldberg.
Oldberg, more like it. Oh,
And yeah, Roman's moves practically are meant to make like the opponent pass out. Roman tries to put the opponent to sleep, but Brock, on the other hand, tries to break you. And that's basically where the differences lie between the two within their finishers. Ah, I'm supposed to be supporting my boy more than this. This sucks.
but
But
I'm gonna say for that. I'll pick first, so it's not hard for you guys. If I could, uh, pick from each finisher by one, like I would pick the spear for one, and then the Kimura for the other. But because it's all for one, I really gotta say it's going to be probably Brock Lesnar, just because of how more it looks just aggressive, and it's just so mean to see it.
right,
yeah,
okay, so fair. So I'll also go for Brock. His finishers are just undeniably devastating. What about you, Chris?
and well, you already know who I'm going to pick, obviously Brock. And I hate to say this, but and I already know this opinion is going to get me fucking flail on Twitter. But I'm sorry, dude, but the spear is so overused, and it's been done to death too many times. Like I will give Roman what he's known for is that his simple moveset and all, and I believe it. But compared to the F5, that is like more of Brock's thing that he invented himself, as of I know right now,
That is true. Roman Reigns never invented the spear. Brock invented the F5.
which is more
Yeah,
creative. So of course I gotta give it to my boy Brock.
All
Brock
right,
Lesnar.
Roman 0, Brock 2. Next
I win.
category: overall move set. Now, this is going to be one I can easily back my boy on. So, when it comes to overall move set, I personally believe Brock Lesnar, outside of his finishers, really just has a bunch of suplexes. But if you go over to Roman Reigns, he has the Samoan drop, the flapjack, the leaping clothesline, the Superman punch, the spear, the guillotine choke, the big boot, the freaking drive by. He does the dive over the ropes. Roman Reigns may be considered to have a simple move set, but it's as simple to recognize move set, and it can make any match really, really good. And simply put, Roman Reigns has more versatility in that ring than Brock does. So this point is very, very easy for me. Roman Reigns.
Thing. If only you were so wrong. Diversity
Let's
my ass. All he does all the time is spears and Superman punches that don't even connect.
Here's your BS.
And I know he
that is
has
not true.
Okay, wait, hold on. From these recent matches, does he actually do anything outside of different? He's no better than Brock with his German
You
suplexes.
can't be basing Roman as an overall wrestler by his matches with Brock. Brock literally holds every person back he fights. That's not even fair.
Nah, because Brock's a beast. It's not my fault the other wrestlers
Beast,
can't compete with him.
he's freaking lazy. Look at Dean. Look, if you actually do some research, you'll find out he's actually a lame when it comes to creating new ideas. He isn't an idea inventor. He's just likes to do the same old thing over and over again. That's
Yeah,
just
but it
suplex,
works. It
suplex, F5.
works. It
No, it doesn't.
works.
No,
You're
it does not in
insane.
comparison to Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns can give me different kinds of matches. He can
No,
give the slow, methodical storytelling kind of matches. He can give fast-paced kind of matches. He can do many different kind of matches. Brock does the same shit over and over and
so does
over again.
Roman Reigns. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? He cheats all the time, does the same moveset. Yeah, he has
There
a
you go with the
variety of
cheating.
moments. Dude,
No, he
yes, he
doesn't. He
does.
beat
Every
John
match he
Cena
cheats.
clean. He beat your
No,
boy
no, he
clean.
didn't. No.
Oh my gosh. All right.
You do not take John Cena's finisher and just wake up from that. That's not
Mm,
allowed.
it is allowed
That's not
when you're in
allowed.
God mode. It
My
is allowed when you're in
ass.
God mode.
God mode for
Other
what?
people did that already too.
Oh,
So, Berman,
yeah.
your vote.
Is this pretty hard for me, but I don't know. I gotta say over about yes, Brock Lesnar. He's kind of to me. I kind of relate to close to like Ronda Rousey because both of them are from the UFC, so they have this. They have a fighter mentality. But I'm gonna give it to probably my boy Roman because I think he has very versatile and I think he has better moveset wise because he has a lot of different moves that kind of keep people off guard. Sometimes you can't see him like you can't see him out of nowhere. And Brock Lesnar, sometimes you can see him out of nowhere, but usually it's just the same old German suplexes, maybe belly to belly, or maybe and then the F5 or Kimura. Like usually that's his go-to thing. It's nothing really than that.
Berman is
So,
preaching to the choir right now.
But wait, what about Shooting
Absolute
Star?
facts.
What about the
Absolute
one time
facts.
everyone broke his neck and did Shooting Star?
He could perform the shooting star.
He was too big.
that's why I didn't bring it up.
But I wanted
So
to bring it up. Had to.
Roman 1,
Okay,
Brock 2.
if you say so, Mister.
Next category. The next category is the mic skills.
That's not
Being able
fair.
to talk your shit, cutting a promo, telling a story.
No.
You know what? Yeah, you know exactly why I
Yeah,
said
I
that's not
know.
fair.
That's not
I
fair.
finally
That's not.
no. You got the entrance.
No.
You got the finisher. Now let me do my thing now. Okay. Roman Reigns can tear this cowboy Brock motherfucker to shreds.
By cheating.
So Brock Lesnar, Suplex City, I'm gonna get you. Roman Reigns doesn't do that. Roman Reigns creates his own catchphrases on a constant. He has constant different merch ideas. Roman Reigns is an inventor.
That are all
Brock
cringe.
is not. Roman Reigns is able to tell story after story after story just by simply talking shit to a crowd. And you can't really get that from elsewhere. Brock can't do that. He
Not
doesn't have
yet.
the ability
Not yet.
to do that.
He's working on it. He's trying his best.
Brock is good on the mic, but you're comparing a freaking mid-card worthy mic skills person to a main event guy in the mic, Roman Reigns.
I'm gonna give it to
It's a
Roman.
no contest.
Only I know, but this is the only time I agree with you. I'll give it to Roman. But I still hate you.
Oof.
Just kidding.
Oof. Roman. Fair
Easy
enough.
for me too. Is gonna be Roman myself.
Now, Chris, this is where you can get your revenge on me. Next category. The next category will be who is the better face? Who is more rootable when the odds are stacked against them? Is it the big dog or Cowboy Brock?
Is that even a question, Daniel? Is that even a question?
Cook me. Go ahead. You can cook me on this
Okay,
one.
listen.
I'm letting you.
Brock is so good as a face. I mean, he's a cowboy, man. It's just a simpleton. idiot, and I love my boy. He
He is a
fits.
simpleton idiot. You,
I
you know
know.
what? That's the end of
Yes.
the video.
Yo,
That's
shut
why
up.
Bro's
Shut
cringe.
up. He's not a cringe lord, but anywho, as a
Oh,
face, Brock kills it, and as the big dog, even the crowd. I mean, that wasn't necessarily his fault because he had the whole thing with Bryan Danielson around that time that he was
with the
dealing
Royal
with.
Rumble. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but between the two, I'm gonna root for Cowboy Brock. He's more lovable than the big piece of shit. Or I'm
Oh
sorry,
my
big
god.
dog.
Fuck you for that. But I will
Cowboy
say this:
Brock.
Roman Reigns is one of my favorite wrestlers in all of WWE. But there is no denying it. I had struggles defending the big dog back in my day.
The truth is,
So the tribal chief just destroys that character. Anyways, I am going for Cowboy Brock. The big dog had a lack of character. No one ever really knew what the big dog's motivations really were. And honestly, Roman Reigns as the big dog was as generic Vince Golden Boy as it could have gotten. And Roman Reigns even hated the big dog character himself. That's all that needs to be said. Berman, you go.
It's gonna be a simple decision, but I'm gonna give it a talk too. That yeah, I'm gonna be going for Cowboy Brock again because I think he's more the face of anything. And I gotta say off the bat, another thing that kind of downfalls Roman in that time period is if you watch the show Evil from Peacock, the big dog, you see so many people booing his ass. Sorry for that, but he
You're all
gets
good.
booed and he feels like he's not a face. He's more like not. He doesn't feel like he doesn't. He's not acting like the face that people should be cheering, not booing him. So I seriously, and Cowboy Brock, everyone cheers for him. So I gotta give it for Cowboy Brock.
Yeah. Like, honestly, just do 2 seconds of research. The better face is Cowboy Brock.
let's
So,
go.
Roman 2, Brock 3. Next category. All right. Now, this next category, Brock may have destroyed Roman as a face, but by God, it's the other way around when we were talking about a heel.
No, it's not. You're crazy. Sorry.
Roman Reigns will go down as a top 10 WWE villain of all time. And he's only been a villain for not even 2 years. Roman Reigns is doing the best work of his entire career. Brock Lesnar as a heel, what? He's a heel because people just don't want to see the same shit over and over again. Okay. I mean, that's not much of a heel for me. Roman Reigns actually took what happened to him in real life, combined it with the things that happened to him in WWE, and was able to make something golden with this tribal chief character. And I really get Triple H vibes, like 2002 to 2005 Triple H vibes from this character as a whole. And he really, really was what WWE needed after 5 years of the big dog. So, without question, without question, this goes to Roman.
Ooh. Remy, you may go. I'll go after you.
I say so. So to me, I feel like it's an easy match, but I'm gonna be talking about this too. So, yeah, the head of the table is the biggest thing right now. He is the perfect heel, and he talks on the mic as a heel perfectly. And this is the downside about Brock. He does not talk. It was Paul Heyman who did all the talking. He was a perfect heel for Paul Heyman mainly. He didn't do talking whatsoever, and he
Paul did
only
all the work for him.
exactly. So to me, the tribal chief, our tribal chief, won that completely to me.
Or
So, yeah, we're 2 votes. Roman already got the point. But so, Chris,
I.
even though your vote is
Mm-hmm.
irrelevant in this
You
case,
shut your mouth.
what do you have to say?
I will. I will take it with a grain of salt because I don't think it's fair to comparing Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar because they're two different types of heels. Like, yes, Roman
What kind of
Reigns.
heel is Brock? What kind of
Wait,
heel is?
wait! I didn't fucking interrupt you. You let
All
me
right,
talk.
all right, all right.
Roman
Fair enough.
is more of an intellectual type of villain, right? Like, yes, he has the mic skills. I'll give him that. But at the end of the day, he doesn't need to cheat at all. I mean, Brock
He
could
does.
just
Oh my
oh my god!
god.
Listen, wait, there you go again. You can't tell me from every single major match he's had for like the past year, some other fucking him either cheating or this plot armor or the Usos saving his ass all the fucking time, with the exceptions of like 2 matches with John Cena, which
You
he did beat him
literally saw
clean.
a match live that he
I
won
I
clean at.
literally said he won it clean with John Cena.
He won clean against Ray. He
Eh,
won clean against Daniel Bryan. He won clean against Cesaro.
it wasn't just
He,
Daniel Bryan though. He fought
you
somebody else
you
too. It
but
was
let's
somebody else
actually
too.
no.
Yes,
Let's go over to Brock Lesnar as a heel. In 2019, he cheated to beat Seth Rollins, a dude half of his size.
but
Don't
it's
give
Seth
me
freaking
that.
Rollins. Yeah, okay,
Don't
so
give me
Billy
that.
heels can cheat, all right. My problem is with a heel who constantly cheats all the time, with the invasion of fucking Mr. McMahon and his little tag team duo helping him all the time with his major matches. You can cheat as a heel, that's fine, but if you do it all the time, including this newest WrestleMania, which was
He
so
doesn't do
mid,
it
yes he does. He
all
went
the
for
time.
global. Yes he
He
does.
doesn't do it all the time.
Yes he does. All the time.
You're trying to get me wound up for
No,
no reason.
no.
I'm gonna
Listen.
bring this up because this is kind of a
Mm-hmm.
argument, a counter to you, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
There is a time where Brock Lesnar did cheat against a big top star, and that kind of counters you, and that was actually the Undertaker.
He cheated to beat Taker too. Roman didn't even need to cheat to beat Taker.
Yeah, he did. Undertaker's a
No,
legend.
he
Yes, he
didn't. Literally
did.
do the research. He beat the Taker in the main event of Mania 33.
Yeah, cleanly.
Clean. Didn't do that.
Yeah, but wait.
And that was when he was in the Big Dog too, you know.
To be fair,
Twice.
yeah, that was the big dog.
That's like 2
But still,
examples. But let's zero Roman Reigns. How many times he cheated, dude? With okay, I know Finn Balor. He paid that cameraman to like save
no,
his
he
ass.
didn't. That was
He paid
WWE
that.
trying to
He
come up with
paid
some
that
kind of.
cameraman.
You can't put that on Roman. That was WWE just being bad with programming.
No, I'm putting it on
The only
Roman.
one I'm letting you have is Brock Lesnar at Crown Jewel when he got the Usos. That's literally all I'm letting you have.
Nah,
Because that's literally all you can have.
nah.
All right. You know what? Edge, fine. He cheated to beat Edge too.
There
All right.
you
You got
go.
two people. You got two people,
Mm-hmm.
Brock and Edge.
So they're tie. They're a tie right now.
But that's what I mean. Your point is irrelevant then.
It's not irrelevant though, because Brock only needs to cheat when it's necessary. Unlike
He
Roman,
did not need to cheat to beat Seth Rollins. That is the most
he's.
ridiculous
How can you
shit.
say that Seth Rollins is such a good heel? He's a good wrestler.
If you look at Seth Rollins, that dude should not be able to beat up Brock Lesnar.
Well, that's not what happened though. Seth is just a snake, under his skin.
Well, we are indeed 3-for-3.
Yeah.
Next is the final one. Now, the final category is we take both of these wrestlers' best match that, in our opinion, they ever had. I chose a match and Chris chose a match. And with our matches chosen, Berman will be the decider for who is overall the better wrestler. So, for my match today, I chose Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso inside Hell in a Cell 2020. It was a Hell in a Cell I Quit match. And in this match, Roman Reigns beat the bloody hell out of his cousin. And it wasn't the fact that he beat the bloody hell out of his cousin, it was the fact that he did it without a single ounce of empathy. And this this match to me ultimately cemented the kind of individual Roman Reigns is. He doesn't care who you are. The only person he cares about is himself at the end of the day. And you can even correlate some things he did as the big dog to even say that he's always kind of been like this in a weird way. And that could be true. But them tying in the story of Jey always being the underdog, the one who could never get the glory like Roman did. Jey was getting constantly destroyed, finisher after finisher, but he never quit. Not at all. He was willing to take every single ounce of pain and move forward. But then, when his brother came in to check in on both of them, try to stop things, Roman Reigns literally was crying his eyes out and was like, I don't even know who I am anymore. And you combine the leukemia shit, you combine everything this man has gone through, him and this Universal title, the title he never even lost on his own right. You feel for this character. But then, out of nowhere, he instantly traps Jimmy in that guillotine choke. And basically, it's this moment of, oh my fucking God, it was a trick. This dude is an absolute asshole. And then not Jimmy, Jay wakes up, realizes what's going on. And the only way he was going to say, I quit, was to let his brother go. And he did. And ever since then, Jey Uso has been in debt to Roman Reigns. And to this day, they have kept that implemented. The importance of this match cannot really be spoken about. The storytelling in this match isn't going to be found anywhere nowadays. This match is special. This match is one of the best Hell in a Cell matches ever. And at least in this past 10 years, one of the best matches I've ever seen. Roman Reigns was able to take everything that happened to him and implement it into this one match. And that's why this is my pick for Roman Reigns' best match. Now for you, Chris.
All right, Mr. Speechman. Now I can respect that match. I saw it recently when we were deciding to do this podcast, and for both story wise, it's pretty good. But wrestling wise, it wasn't really the best thing ever. It was mostly just Roman just beating down on his cousin for the entirety of the match. But compared to the Ultra Classic, mind you, this was on a regular episode of SmackDown. It had nothing to do with anything. It was just a one-time thing with Brock Lesnar versus Kurt Angle, and oh my God, can we just appreciate the fact that this went on for 60 minutes? 60 minutes of Brock Lesnar just going ham, and
That's
equally,
that's never going to happen again.
it's never going to happen again.
I'll
And
compete in the ring for 60 minutes.
listen, I understand your point of view for Roman Reigns' storytelling because it's absolutely beautiful and it's pretty impressive what they did. But wrestling wise, it's not going to beat Kurt Angle versus Brock. There were so many spots, and the fact is, if it was just a regular airing on SmackDown, like you're never going to get that. Maybe one day for Roman Reigns, but besides his storytelling, when it comes down to his wrestling, it's just not going to compete between these two. And overall, I believe that Brock Lesnar's versus Kurt Angle's match is a lot better wrestling wise. It may not be the greatest storytelling, but it doesn't need it because the wrestling literally speaks for itself. And that's the main
No,
reason why
no,
we watch
no.
wrestling. Let's not
I'll
kid
I'll even
ourselves.
I'll even say Brock versus Kurt was a storytelling match. I wouldn't knock that off. It was a storytelling match. It told the story of how these two were literally neck and neck. Simply put, they were kind of opposites but the same at the same time. And really, you've never. This was the first time Brock ever got desperate fighting anybody. That person being Kurt Angle.
Hmm.
So clearly, that was the story being told in that match. So I'm not going to put much more input on what match I think is better out of the two. You said what you had to say, and I said what I had to say. Now there's only one person left to speak and ultimately decide who gets the final point and who is the better wrestler.
Uh, so this is a very hard pick for me because I remember watching both of these matches and I remember watching them. It's very hard. One is super storytelling, and the other one's like like the best match Brock ever had. That probably will never happen again. It's hard enough. It's really like Roman was one of the best. The in Jey Uso with his brutal fight in the Hell in a Cell matches. Seeing the I Quit stipulation come back was an issue for me. But Brock Lesnar versus Kurt Angle with that shooting star press, which is that most incredible thing for Brock Lesnar to ever freaking do. So it's fairly hard for me. I would always give it to even, but because this is a I can only pick one and it's really hard, I'm probably gonna go probably for the Brock Lesnar.
All right.
I
Wow.
win. Let's go. Just kidding.
Roman, 3 points. Brock, 4 points. Your winner and the better wrestler in
Yeah.
the all-time status is Brock Lesnar.
Let's go.
Dude. So that is the only time you ever hear me utter those words in my entire life. Oh my God. I
Why are you being
feel like I
such
want to
a
vomit.
hater? Berman made it excellent. He made excellent points.
I know, I'm being sarcastic at this
Oh,
rate.
you just hated on
Honestly,
Brock for no reason.
at the end of the day, I'm going to take a minute and appreciate just how great both of these wrestlers actually are. And thank you, everyone, for watching our video. I've been Daniel.
I've been Chris.
I've been Berman.
And on the next episode next week, we'll be discussing John Cena versus Randy Orton. See you all next time.